Hi, guys. It's Thursday, finally. Not yesterday, like I said it was Thursday. Today is really Thursday, and it's the 27th of February. So, got the 28th, and then I head home on the March 1st. But um, I wanted to say, um, you guys have been watching some of the places I've been viewing and seeing, and I made a decision. Um, thought about it a lot. And some of the views that I had going into it, I kept, and some of them I modified and said that that it'd be better not to do what I was thinking in that area. So basically, if you saw yesterday's video, you saw that final unit. The final unit was a 3 bedroom, brand new. No one's ever lived in it before, and that's sort of one of the things that was important to me. If I look back at the 20 years recently, I have lived in almost, not almost, I lived in all of my units have been brand new. I lived in a brand new house that was being built in Rancho Santa Margarita, which I have some outstanding friends, and you've heard some of the comments that some of them have said to me um, in the comment fields. And it was a wonderful experience. And it was, again, brand new home being built. It was dirt when we first saw it. We saw the models and knew what it would look like when it got built. But again, we got to pick out everything, and it was a wonderful place to live. Then when we sold that, and knew that we were going to downsize, that we wanted something that was more for a longer haul, as we got older in age and things like that. We had to move into an apartment because our house sold so fast that we couldn't find anything, and we didn't want to be forced into finding something that we really didn't want to have just because we needed a place to live. So we moved into an apartment um, owned by the Irvine Company, which is the huge company that makes up Irvine. Um, and we were lucked out to move into the top floor, penthouse floor of a brand new apartment complex. And we were the first people to live in that unit. And again, it was wonderful. To be in that unit. And so, again, then we were searching. I mean, we had an apartment that we could live in, a year leased, and then we looked, but we didn't find anything that really hit us, that really, made my wife and I really stand up and say, this is the right place. And that's one of the things that I've sort of commented here too, is that I wanted a place that was really something special, and as I say, fit into the mold that I'm sort of pretty much, and what's the word again? I'm gonna cut this and then we'll try again. I really wanted to find a place that really fit my lifestyle and what I felt comfortable about. So we searched more, and it took 2 years, and we renewed the lease for a second year. And luckily, there was a brand new development being built in the Great Park neighborhoods, and it had a beautiful one-story unit, which is rare for our part of Orange County, and being new, and it clicked. I mean, we knew as soon as we saw the model that this is what we wanted. And again, we watched it being built, and we got to choose everything about it. What color this, what color that, what size this, what size that. So again, I'm familiar with that, and we lived there for almost coming up on 8 years in this brand new place that we got. So now I'm looking for a new place right here in Malta, right by myself, for myself, with the passing of my wife. I need something that again just sort of triggered me. I love water. but I can't afford that in Southern California. You just, unless you're, have millions of dollars, you just don't get one like that. So yesterday, if you noticed, the final unit that I looked at was a brand new, as I say, 3-bedroom, 4-bath penthouse in Arwa, and I fell in love with it. I mean, it has the following things. If you saw the video, it's good size. I mean, it literally is larger than my one story or my one unit that I have now. That's just internal floor space. When you add that it had 2 decks on the main living floor, that added an additional probably 300 square feet of living space. And the fact that there will be a patio in front that has that view of the water, and to the right, the view of the Roman. I mean, and I can't say it strong enough. The Romans in the 600s built that area to the right for creation of salt that they could then use for paying their troops as part of the Roman legion. So again, amazing history that I'm looking at. The water, if you saw that, I mean, unbelievably clear. I'm on the 7th story, and I'm looking down, and I'm seeing that. It's just, mind blowing in a way. Brand new appliances of completing everything that I wanted, with the exception of a dryer. I'm used to a dryer. The Maltese people, sometimes have dryers, but most of the time they just dry their clothes on lines. I will get, and the landlord will help me install a dryer so that I will be there on top of the washing machine that was in that bathroom that is covered. That is covered. Has a dishwasher, which again is rare for a lot of the units in Malta, but again, this one brand new one had it. So it was great. The 3rd bedroom, which is what I didn't really need a 3rd bedroom. I just needed 2 bedrooms, my master bedroom and a guest bedroom. So when people come to visit, there's a place for them to stay. And the 3rd one should be an office, though that it's not like I have to work office, but an office that I can have my computer set up and all my books set up and things like that, and I have to work around a bed. That's exactly what he was planning, to allow whoever moved in there to set it up either as an office or as a bedroom. And as I say, great flexibility in wanting that. But then you add the fact that the roof, the stairs that led from my unit up, that is a space that's almost equal to the same floor space as the unit that I have. So you basically are almost 90% or 80% doubling the size of my living area by having a jacuzzi up there. Now, I had always envisioned a small jacuzzi because it's just me, and maybe I'd have somebody visiting or whatever. But his plan was, and is still, to install an 8-person jacuzzi or spa up there. And, that's amazing. It's going to be about 2 meters, he said, 2 meters by 2 meters, fits there perfectly. It was built with the supports to be able to have that much weight available and all that. His original plan, if you heard, was that it was going to be an open area for the whole building, and that the people of the building could use the roof. But then he started thinking about the fact that if you look at the roof edges, you're looking down onto the person who owned the penthouse, the two patios. And he said, that would kill their privacy, and that's not something that person would want, and would probably impact, having that. So he said, the logical thing is just to make that private for the person who owns or is leasing the penthouse. Hence me, and therefore that whole area up on top. So it'll be a larger than it needs to be jacuzzi up there. There'll be at least two or three lounging chairs there. There'll be small little tables so you can place your drink on it, or your sandwich and your drink and things like that. A umbrella to do some shading on where you're laying or whatever, so you're not being burnt to crisp. So it's a fantastic thing. And again, you have the exact same view, only a story higher of the things that you saw. And I think back to, again, like I made a comment in the video, those watchtowers that are on almost every point around the island of Malta were used to have people look for invaders and to send an alarm. And that time they didn't have cell phones, so what they would have done is what you saw if you ever saw the movie Lord of the Rings. Those towers that were on the top of the mountains sent a signal. As one got lit, it triggered that person to light theirs, which caused the person down the line to light their light and all that sort of stuff, to alarm everybody. Well, those towers are still there. I mean, they're still in great condition, and I'm seeing one. I mean, and as he said, during the summer, the sun will rise on the left side of it, more over the ocean, and then as the winter happens, it moves farther to the south, excuse me, and then therefore you then start seeing it rise over the dunes on the other side of the watchtower and things like that. So again, just unbelievable things. Now, it's not in the vibrant city of Salima, but it's only a 24-minute bus ride to get to Salima. So it's not like, I'm giving up everything. The fact is that there is a Italian restaurant that probably I'll eat a couple of times a year because it's very expensive, very good, but very expensive, right next door. Today I took the bus to go down to Arwa, and I walked around the city proper. It's a short distance from the center of Arwa to where my unit is, right there on the ocean. So it's not difficult at all. I passed at least 4 different grocery type stores. I wouldn't say grocery stores, but where they sell milk and eggs and cheese and beer and drinks and things like that. Plus a supermarket that do have a Welby, which is the big guy in the world that has a lot of the more foreign. It's a little bit more expensive than the other ones, but it carries the brands that things like Kellogg's and Heinz and things that I'm more used to. Hot dogs and stuff like that. So that's, again, walking distance. Even McDonald's, which is in that city area, it is walking distance. I walked it today and had lunch at the McDonald's. So again, it just seemed right, brand new, huge, in larger than what I have now, um, and the recreation, and then the clear water to looking down at, and possibly someday seeing fish from the roof, um, and then the salt pits that are to the east that the Romans created, the watchtowers, the fact that hopefully on a bright sunny day I'll be able to see the old capital area of Malta, and the area that he mentioned that was during the time of the British ruling, was there, and that's where the people who ran the government for the British lived. So again, just full of history, great things, and I'm excited. So um, the other thing that worked on today, and was the starting of the paperwork that's required for me to um, get residency, beyond the normal 90 days that an American, U.S. citizen can be in Malta, to extend that into a more permanent type of residency, and that's through the retirement program that they have, that the government of Malta offers. And I took the first steps of creating the necessary things to be able to request that, and all that. So things are moving along. Tomorrow is a day that I and the customer service person who's been helping me with the immigration stuff, you've seen in the videos, as besides the realtor that you saw, we're going to go in the early afternoon, and probably late morning, take the ferry over to Valletta from here, from Salima, and we're going to go touristing, and having lunch over in Valletta, and seeing the capital city. I've seen it before. My wife and I, in 2018, when we were on a cruise, that's how we first found this island. That we both said this would be a great place to live. Well, now I'm getting a chance to live in it. But we got to see a part of Valletta, and so it'll be nice to see Valletta once more. And then I fly home. I fly to Spain, back to Barcelona on Saturday. So tomorrow's Friday, and it'll be Saturday that I fly to Barcelona, spend the night in Barcelona near the airport, and then the final long haul nonstop from Barcelona into Los Angeles International Airport is the next day, on Sunday, and that will end this part of the next chapter of my life, and then the next one will be when I'll be. Well, so let me say this: I take possession, from a financial responsibility and all that sort of stuff, of the new unit on the 10th of next month of March, and then I'll be back. I'll put my house up for sale immediately, and then I will be back sometime for a short stay in my new unit, and then I'll be back to the States one more time, and then I will make sure that everything is sold and transferred and given away, or as I say, sold, to be able to make the final move back to Malta. It looks like, from everything that I'm being led to believe, and I believe, is that it's a turnkey move-in. The only thing that really I need to bring is my clothes. The rest of it is already there. Bedding, pots, pans, everything that I need to set up home. will be here, and therefore I need to find homes for all the stuff I have now. Okay, it's a long time. I'm sorry that this one doesn't have a lot of action in it. As I say, I did go there today. I just didn't bring the camera because I didn't know what to expect, and therefore I thought it would be easy to travel without it. Plus, the fact is I had some morning meetings with the lawyers and a notary to sign off stuff to get everything starting to move in the right direction. One of the things I have to do when I get back immediately is to go and get my fingerprints done, so that I can go to the FBI, so that they can do a history on my record, which the people of Malta require to have a clean, history of not being in trouble. They don't want convicted felons and things like that coming in and getting citizenship here. So you need to prove that you do have a clean, criminal record. And so that will be one of the first things I work on is get that information to the FBI so that they can do the background check and then send the information back so that it can go to the Maltese government. That's about it. I mean, I'm excited, and I hope you guys are too, that, that's it. The next video set will be, again, about Malta, but it will be the setting up of a new life in Malta. What are the things I'm experiencing, things I have to do, all that type of stuff is going to be the next set. And I'm excited about, learning that part of it. The people have been very friendly to me. And again, it's great that we all speak the same language, though they have their own language. The Maltese do speak Maltese, but their second language is English, and they have no problem in dealing with people in English, and all the places you go, the menus, the writings of what all the things you have to do or can't do or whatever is all in English. So it just makes life pretty simple as far as just fitting in. So, okay, so take care, and we'll see tomorrow a little of Valletta and the ferry ride over to Valletta and all that sort of stuff. And we'll see what the next couple of days, the trip back to Barcelona, and then ultimately the long haul, which this will be the longest. I thought it was a long flight from Sydney, Australia, back to LAX. This one is about 3 hours longer. So it's going to be a long flight, and I'm not in business and I'm not in first class, so it's going to be an interesting long haul thing. And the good news is I do have an extra leg space row, and I have an aisle seat so that I can at least stand up and walk a little bit during the time I'm on the flight to stretch and things like that. Okay, so take care.